Welcome back to another YouTube channel review where I look at a business's YouTube channel and give them helpful, useful feedback on how they can improve their channel to get more subscribers and more views. And the idea is these things, they're applicable to pretty much every business YouTube channel. So there's going to be things that you can take away yourself. Today I'm looking at the YouTube channel of James Dand and Inner Anthem, and James is a motivational speaker and he uses music to empower people to lead their best lives. So without further ado, let's have a look at his YouTube channel. So as always, we'll start off with the top of the channel page, which is your banner. And looking at this banner, it's really nicely designed. You've got nice branding in there. The only problem is it's the first thing that people are going to see. So they need to know straight away what they're going to get by subscribing to your channel. So you've got a nice bit of text up the top here, training videos and music designed to empower you to live the life you truly want. So that's really good. I'd make that bigger and maybe have it as a call to action. So you could put subscribe to get the empowerment to live the life that you truly want. Just give them a real good reason why they need to subscribe. So moving down, the next thing is you don't have a channel trailer. And this is to go into depth on the types of content that you're gonna give your viewer, why they should subscribe and how you're gonna benefit their lives. So it's more of an in-depth version of what you're saying in your YouTube banner, your channel art up the top. So that's a really good thing to have there. Apart from that, you've got some really nice playlists going on here, and you've filled it out all correctly actually. So you've got a good title and a bit of a description there as well. Maybe you could go into more detail in the title, mindset fundamentals, and then like a line after that of what that actually means, because you've got to imagine that people watching this might not know what mindset is or why mindset is important. Scrolling down, your thumbnails here are quite good, but the one thing is the thumbnails here, they all look the same. It's only the text that's different, and the text is quite small. So someone looking at this might think that's the same video over and over and again. So I would change this picture of yourself. It doesn't actually have to be a picture of you. It could be a stock photo that you find online that really captures what the video is about. And then I would make the text bigger. So you could have the empowerment songs behind the music the same size, but then the audience needs to be the biggest part. It's something to differentiate the thumbnails so they stand out a bit more, and obviously the same is true for these ones here. What I like is how you've made a slightly different design as well for these two different styles of videos. Really good. And I really like what you've done with the interviews down the bottom of here as well, so you're promoting yourself across other people's channels, which is really good. One thing I will say about your thumbnails is they are quite similar, and I can see you've taken just a screen grab of when you're doing your video. What might be really good is to actually just take a separate picture. So think about what emotion your video conveys, or something that you want them to do, and take a separate picture of it. That way it's a bit more higher quality. You don't have to scrub through finding one where your face doesn't look all weird when you're talking, because whenever you pause on a single frame of your video, your face is normally all screwed up like that. Really strange. So yeah, take a separate picture, and what this allows you to do, if you went into something like Photoshop, you can then cut yourself out from the background and make yourself stand out a little bit more, which focuses people's eyes, focuses their attention, and makes them want to click a little bit more. The other thing to look at is your titles as well. So you've got to look at the amount of characters that you've got for your titles. So you've got behind the music at the start of each one, when really the subject to the video should be the first thing that they see. So it makes it stand out a little bit more. So it could be the album cover design dash behind the music empowerment songs albums. It just helps differentiate it that's the sort of thing that people are going to find rather than finding behind the music. So let's move into one of your actual videos. Have a look. I love the format of your description. That's really good. So I always say what you're covering in the channel, links to all your different places that you want to send them, and a little bit about you. That's really good. One thing I'd improve on that is for the subscribe to this YouTube channel, you can actually have a link where it asks them to subscribe when they click it. I do this through a free tool called TubeBuddy, and it's a browser plugin. So you can do that, sign up for TubeBuddy for free, and then you'll be able to get a link which when people click on, it will come up with a box saying subscribe to this channel. So it just makes it a little bit easier for people to do. Next thing I'd look at is your keywords. What do you want your videos to be found for on YouTube? Of course, this depends on the purpose of your channel. Do you want people to find your videos in search results, or is it something that you're going to be pushing through your social media, through your mailing list, through your website? If you want to get found in search results, you need to use keywords, because these are basically telling YouTube the subject of your video. So that's quite a good title, The Secret Success Formula, or it could be The Secret Formula to Success. These are the things that people might be searching for. Or I like this one over here as well, Your beliefs are sabotaging you. To use your keywords properly, you need to have them in your title, you need to have them in the first line of your description in that same order, and you need to include them in your tags as well. And by putting it in these three places, that's definitively telling YouTube that is what this video is about. These are the words I want this video to be found by in the search results. Looking at this though, you don't actually have any tags on this video at all. So not only your keywords, you can include all other tags as well. So you could have in our Anthem, you can have empowerment songs, you could have motivational speaker, all the different things that you want your video to be found for. You can have up to 500 characters. So try and use as many relevant keywords as you can. It's another good tool on TubeBuddy as well. They recommend keywords and tags for your videos. Just to finish off, I wanted to give you a little bit of feedback on the look of your video as well. It looks quite nice, it's quite clean. The only problem is there's not a lot of differentiation between yourself and your background. So there's a few different ways you can do this. By looking at it, it looks like you do have a light in front of you just off to the side. It's getting you here and in your eyes here and here. This is just me guessing, but I'll say you've got a light, and then you've also got your room lights as well, but they're at the same level. Really, you want your background to be a little bit darker than you so that you stand out, you're the main focal point. So you could either try turning the lights off behind and just let this light light your background a bit, or if you're not actually using a separate light, if you're just standing in the right position so your room lights are lighting your face, you can do it digitally as well. So in any editing software, you can add like let's say you're using Premiere Pro, you can add a lumetri color and then darken down the exposure and darken down the highlights and shadows, and then you can make a mask around you and feather it out. So basically what that says is anything inside this area is going to stay the same, anything outside is going to use that lumetri color and it's going to darken it down. And it's just a subtle way of focusing people's eyes on what you want them to look at. The other way you can do it as well, if you wanted to get a cheap second light, is I can see you got some shelving up here. So you can actually have a light up here pointing down and reflecting the back of you. And what this does is it creates a nice light around your body and around your back, and this just helps separate you from the background again. So there's some useful tips for you. If you got any questions about any of this, please feel free to just leave them in the comments. So I hope you got some really good, useful tips that you can apply to your own YouTube channel. But if you would like your own bespoke YouTube channel review, make sure you leave a link to your channel in the comments below. If you found this video really helpful, make sure you give it a like and also subscribe so you catch our weekly videos on how to make better content for your business and get it found online.